Seeing used to be believing. A lot of people thought the earth was flat, but then they saw it wasn't. A lot of people thought dinosaurs were imaginary, but then they saw the fossils and the remains. Such was the power of seeing something and verifying it. Not anymore though. In the world of AI deepfakes, seeing amounts to nothing, because what you often see is this. Breaking news today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has approved a summary bill of removing 50% of non-caste Hindus from the Indian Army by the year 2028. This summary comes in the wake of protests by Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, in which they had claimed that the sons of invaders are now polluting the Indian Army with their presence and they must be removed in order to complete the Dharam Yudh in this trilock era. That was a deep fake. It looks like our show, it sounds like our show, but we never carried such a story. In fact, that story is fake too. The Indian Army is not firing non-caste Hindus. It's a malicious piece of fake news. The original video was about India's new air base in Ladakh. Take a look at this. In a breaking news today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has approved a summary bill of removing 50% of non-caste Hindus from the Indian Army by the year 2028. This summary comes in the wake of protests by Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, in which they had claimed that the sons of invaders are now polluting the Indian Army with their presence and they must be removed in order to complete the Dharam Yudh in this trilock era. Earlier this week, a new air base was operationalized in Ladakh. India's Air Force Chief, Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh, landed there himself. He flew in a C-130J Super Hercules plane. The touchdown was in Madnyoma. Let me show you another example. This one involves the Army Chief himself, the Indian Army Chief. He's heard talking about removing non-Hindus from the Army. First, listen to the deep fake, then to the original.
Recently, our ranks have been debated whether non-Hindu castes should remain in the Indian Army. I brought this concern to the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, and his response was unambiguous. By 2028, non-Hindu soldiers must be reduced by over 50%.
TRS कॉलेज आना मेरे लिए बहुत सौभाग्य की बात थी, क्योंकि मैं इस बिल्डिंग के चारों तरफ तो पता नहीं बचपन में कब से घूम रहा था, सन 73 से, परंतु कभी अंदर आया नहीं, तो ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ा प्रेरणा स्रोत था.
Do you see how troubling this is? The Army Chief was talking about visiting a college, but his video and words were doctored. It was turned into something sinister. And look how real the clip looked, the audio, the sync, all of it looked natural. Also look at the reach. These clips have been shared thousands of times, so clearly there is an agenda here. Consider the first deepfake we showed you. It was shared by an account that claims to be a Sikh activist. His X timeline is filled with fake news. One post is linked to today's Tejas crash in Dubai. He claims Pakistani planes locked onto the Tejas, so the pilot panicked and crashed. Like I said, totally fake. Same with the Indian Army Chief's deepfake. We looked at the accounts that reposted it. All of them have the same pattern: deepfakes against the Indian Army and deepfakes favoring the Pakistani Army. Some of the accounts are also withheld in India. So chances are they operated from across the border. They're operated from across the border. Like I said, there's a clear agenda here. There is an attempt to sow communal divisions in India, to spread fake news about India's army, to split our soldiers along communal lines. The question is, why is no one stopping it? Last we checked, all these videos are still available on X. There's no community note, there is no AI label, there is no fact check. So what is the solution? Here in India, the government is mulling new AI rules. They would mandate AI labeling for deepfake content. And the onus is on social media firms. They must comb through the content on their platform. If they find deepfakes, they must label it. If not, they can be taken to court. Now, to be fair, some tech companies have taken positive steps like Meta and Google. They already put AI labels on deepfakes, but clearly a lot more needs to be done. Our focus should be on preventing such problems, because complaining later is not effective. You reach out to X, they may or may not take action. By then, thousands have already seen that deepfake. So our focus should be on prevention, and we can't just depend on the government. We must look to the judiciary as well. Indian courts are hearing several cases linked to deepfakes. Most of them have been filed by celebrities. They're asking the courts to protect their personality rights, basically to shield their likeness, voice, and so on. Let's see if the courts extend this protection based on existing laws. If not, the parliament may have to step in. In the meantime, what can you do? It will take time for the system to fight deepfakes. So what can you, the user, do in the meantime? Well, deploy all your senses. Watch the videos closely to spot red flags. Maybe a glitch or a lack of sync. That usually means that the video is a deepfake. Also think about what you just saw. Does the news sound too good or too bad to be true? Does it sound far-fetched or unlikely? If yes, then do your own research. Maybe download an application that checks for deepfakes. But most importantly, do not hit share. We say it's better to be a victim of deepfakes than a perpetrator.
I was a revolutionary. I became a ruler. I claimed to protect my people. I terrorized them instead. I built palaces. I started wars. I lost everything. Some called me a defender of Arab pride. History remembers me as a dictator.